Good afternoon and welcome to ICU TV Lunchtime News. We take a look at stories making headlines. Body of 7-year-old retrieved from stream in Chipata. Government introduces Yuan for tax payment in pilot plan. Phiri urges collective action on waste management. And international news, US seizes control of Venezuela oil sales and profit indefinitely. And in sports news, international Grandmaster clash in Zambia chess tournaments. With the news in details, my name is Chalwe Kunta Chiwe. A 7-year-old girl from Mulonyozi Maziopa village in Eastern Province has died after drowning in the Misipazi stream. Her body was retrieved by Chipata City Council firefighters on January 6, 2026 following a prompt response to reports of the incident. Authorities have handed the body over to police for further investigation and have urged communities to monitor children near water bodies. Starting in 2026, mining companies in Zambia will be allowed to pay up to 15% of their taxes in Chinese renminbi under a new pilot initiative. The currency mix will now comprise 60% in US dollars, 25% in Zambian kwacha, and 15% in yuan, aimed at reducing conversion costs on Chinese debt payments. The government says the measure will help save public funds while keeping dollar and kwacha as primary tax currencies.
Why Zambia is accepting part of mining taxes in the Chinese yuan? That question was answered by Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbeko Musokotwane, alongside Bank of Zambia Governor, Dr. Denny Kadiaria, on Tuesday, January 6, 2026.
No, this is a limited. Okay, this is limited. So, because when you listen to the international commentary and you get the impression as if we are saying we are going to compel all mining companies to do that. That is not the case for now.
Now, let me take you through this decision straight. It comes down to how Zambia handles its debt, manages foreign exchange flows, and cuts unnecessary costs. Nothing dramatic, just practical steps based on the facts we face. Mining taxes are still paid mainly in United States dollars and kwacha. That stays the same. The only change is that we now allow a portion to be settled in yuan, but only for a limited number of companies under a carefully managed pilot. Here's what happened in 2025. About 73 to 75% of mining taxes came in US dollars, 25% in kwacha, and roughly 2% in yuan. The dollar led by far, kwacha held steady, and yuan was small. For 2026, we project a slight shift, around 60% of US dollars, 25% in kwacha, and up to 15% in yuan. This isn't replacing anything. It's just matching revenues better to our obligations. China is Zambia's largest bilateral creditor. A big part of that debt is dominated in yuan.
So as things stand, as the minister has also explained, bilaterally, China has more credit to us. So debt service that we make is high to China. So this is a moving target. You know, we assess these things on an ongoing basis in terms of the risks.
When payments come due, they have to be made in yuan. Before, we collected most taxes in dollars, then had to convert those dollars to yuan for debt service. Every conversation meant fees, bank charges, exchange rate spreads, delays. Those expenses pile up over time. Now, by accepting some taxes directly in yuan, we skip that conversion step for part of the flow. The yuan goes straight into reserves or toward debt payments. Less leakage, more efficiency, okay? It's straightforward resource management. The money saved on fees stays in the system, available for roads, health centers, education, wherever it's needed most. That's why we have kept it controlled right now. Only 4 mining companies are involved. It's voluntary for them. No one is forced. Government will review how it performs before deciding on the next steps. Debt contracts haven't changed. Dollars loans stay in dollars. Yuan loans stays in yuan. We are not rewriting terms, just handling settlements much more smarter. On reserves, yuan has been in our basket for years. It's an official reserve currency in the IMF special drawing rights. In 2025, it made up to 1.3% of reserves. This move just brings the mix closer to our actual liabilities. The Bank of Zambia has made it very clear. All domestic transactions stay in kwacha. Kwacha is the only legal tender inside the country. Monetary policy hasn't shifted, okay? When obligations are in different currencies, pressure doesn't hit one currency at once. That keeps or helps keep things stable. Every reserve asset carries risk, dollars, gold, anything. We manage that actively with professional oversight and diversification, including holdings through institutions like the Bank for International Settlements. This fits the bigger picture, aligning what comes in with what goes out, trimming avoidable costs, running settlements efficiently, and guarding overall stability. It's not stepping away from the dollar. It's not changing monetary policy. It's not a risk leap. It's a measured, deliberate adjustment built on Zambia's debt profile and the need to handle public funds responsibly. That's the reasoning, clear, practical, and grounded.
Well, government has called for shared responsibility in solid waste management following damage to a CDF project in Lusaka caused by blocked water flow from poorly disposed waste. MLGRD Permanent Secretary Nicholas Phiri says improper disposal poses risk to infrastructure and public health, stressing that citizens' participation is key to sustainable waste solutions. He also visited a recycling site at OIDC and urged the relocation of informal operation to designated zones to protect community health. Government is nearing completion of the Luango Bridge in Kawamba, a project launched to address safety concerns after a fatal river crossing incident in 2025. The project includes a 40-meter bridge and 6.5 kilometers of between roads, improving access for farmers, workers, and traders in the Luena farm block. The development marks a major step towards safer, reliable infrastructure as Kawambo advances in commercial agriculture.
The bridge President Hakainde Hichilema directed to be built in Kawamba district, it is now in its final phase of construction. This particular project follows the tragic incident of 24 March 2025 when 10 citizens drowned while crossing the Luena River in a boat on their way to work. That incident exposed a long-standing gap. Kawambwa is a growing agro-industrial zone, yet workers and communities were still relying on unsafe river crossings to access jobs and services. Within days, President Hakainde Hichilema gave clear direction that a permanent solution be delivered. And so the instruction was direct: build a proper bridge and road so that no worker is ever placed in that position again. The scope of works, now nearing completion, includes the construction of a 40-meter bridge across the Luongo River, supported by 6.5 kilometers of road upgraded to bituminous standard. The road works involve full setting out, clearing and grabbling, embankment construction, road layers, and a double seal wearing course designed for durability and daily industrial traffic. This particular road provides the shortest and safest route to Luena farm block and surrounding farming areas, directly supporting worker movement, cane transportation, and service access. What was once a risky river crossing is being replaced with all-weather infrastructure. the project had stalled for years before the tragedy. It moved only after decisive leadership placed human life ahead of delays and excuses. This particular intervention fits within the government's approach to infrastructure. Productive districts must be matched with safe access. Agriculture, agro-processing, and employment cannot grow where people risk their lives just to report for duty. Today, the bridge structure is largely complete with finishing works underway. Once opened, it will remove a non-danger point and restore confidence for workers, farmers, and transporters who rely on this corridor every day. President Hakainde Hichilema has been clear. Development must protect life. Kawambwa is no longer a peripheral district. It is fast becoming one of Luapula province emerging growth centers anchored in agriculture, tourism, and agro-industry. Government has already invested 30 million kwacha in Lusenga Plains National Park, delivering new staff houses and an administration block and information center. The aim is to make the park functional, attract visitors, and turn tourism into a steady local income stream. Private investment is following this momentum. Jordan Agriculture Valley, Green 2000, an Israeli firm, is running a $43 million United States agro project in the district. The project supports about 350 small-scale farmers and provides direct employment to about 70 local people, strengthening value chains and skills transfer. Kawambwa Tea, a state-owned enterprise under the Industrial Development Corporation, continues to anchor the local economy. The company employs over 500 workers and earned close to $1 million United States in export revenue last year, reinforcing Kawambwa's role in Zambia's agro-export footprint. New sectors are also taking shape. Large-scale avocado plantations and sugar production investments are underway, signaling a shift toward mechanized commercial agriculture with long-term impact. To support this growth, President Hakainde Hichilema directed the connection of electricity to the Luena Farm Block, a directive that was delivered within 2025. Power access has unlocked irrigation, processing, and expansion across the farm block. These developments are not accidental. They align with the Kawambwa District Integrated Developmental Plan 2024-2034, which sets out.
We now take our first set of commercial. Coming up in international news and sports news, US seizes control of Venezuela oil sales and profit indefinitely. International Grandmaster clash in Zambia chess tournament. Stay tuned.
The Information and Communications University is driving the thrill for the nation in research and development. Enroll now for full-time and distance programs in the School of Engineering, Humanities, Business and Education. To apply, visit our website at www.icuzambia.net or call us on +260 211 221 662 or 0966 342 359. Sponsorship is available. Enroll now.
Thank you for staying with us. Now in international news. The United States has announced that it will control Venezuela's oil sales indefinitely and determine how the proceeds are used, making a significant escalation in its policy towards Caracas. The White House says between 30 and 50 million barrels of Venezuelan oil will be transferred to the U.S. following a military operation that led to the seizure of 2 sanctioned vessels and the ouster of President Nicolas Maduro. The bid to dominate Venezuela's oil industry has sparked global concern, with critics warning that the move undermines national sovereignty and could destabilize energy markets.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
We take a short break. Stay tuned for sports news.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Welcome back, and now sports news. Over 400 players from 12 countries have gathered at Nipa for the Silveris Plaza Clash tournament, which runs from January 7th to 11th in Lusaka. The event features top-level competition including international Grandmasters, making a significant boost for Zambia's chess scene and offering local talent rare exposure. The tournament has been described as one of the strongest ever hosted locally, reflecting growing standards and interest in the sports nationwide. That sporting item brings us to the end of today's lunchtime news, but before we go, a quick recap on stories that made headlines. Body of 7-year-old girl retrieved from stream in Chipata. Government introduces Yuan for mining tax payment in pilot plans. Phiri urges collective action on waste management. International news, US seizes control of Venezuela's oil sale and profit indefinitely. And in sports news, international Grandmaster clash in Zambia's chess tournament. Thank you for staying with us. Do join us at 20 hours for our main news bulletin. You've been with me. My name is Swalekunta Chiwe. God bless.